On January 18th, 2025, we have a pretty important event in the skies that's happening, and that's when Saturn, which is the planet of discipline, structure, restrictions, and limits, is going to meet with Venus, the planet of love, beauty, self-worth, and self-value. And they're going to be meeting in the sign of Pisces, which is a dreamy, intuitive sign, all right? And a conjunction is when they're meeting in the same sign and in the same degree, okay, in astrology. And so it's a blending of all of these energies of Venus, love, Saturn, discipline, meeting in Pisces, which again is this watery, fluid energy. And Pisces rules that energy of self-reflection, going inside, isolation, okay, isolating yourself, healing yourself from the inside out. And I wanted to discuss this particular conjunction and energy because right now the collective consciousness is going under this massive shift, right, in consciousness. We're raising our frequency right now. And in order to take full advantage of these energies, because that's the thing about astrology is just an opportunity for you to walk through the door of change, okay, with these energies benefiting you, all right? So you can either use these energies wisely to increase the value of your life, Venus, and by using discipline, Saturn, okay, and by going inside and experiencing this deep self-reflection, Pisces. So you can utilize that energy or you can let it slip away. And so this is an opportunity for you to improve an area of your life, okay? And this is an opportunity for the entire collective consciousness to raise our frequency by inner work. This, again, it's a time for you to do the work because you are empowered to transform your life. And that's why I like the term transformational astrology, because it gives you this opportunity to transform your own life and be empowered and reclaim your sovereignty over your life. Okay, so I'm going to take you through all 12 signs. Now, your rising sign is going to be the most accurate if you know it, followed by your sun sign, okay? And I'll give you some advice, some practical tips on how you can utilize this energy to, again, increase the value or even the desires or the dreams. Pisces also rules dreams. So really grounding yourself in the dreams using that Saturn energy so you can live a life that you love using that Venus energy, okay? So let's get into it. Aries, sun, and risings. This conjunction is happening in your 12th house, the realm of the subconscious, dreams, and spirituality. And this is actually the house of Pisces. So you might feel drawn to reflect on your inner world. Themes of self-love and forgiveness may come up, encouraging you to release past emotional baggage. Saturn is asking that you set boundaries around your energy, while Venus invites healing and compassion. And my advice is to spend some time in meditation, journaling, or creative solitude. This is a powerful time to dissolve limiting beliefs and to connect with your inner self. Taurus, sun, and rising. This conjunction lands in your 11th house of friendships, community, and long-term goals. Now, you might reevaluate your social circles or set boundaries in friendships. Venus inspires harmony in your connections, and Venus actually rules the energy of friendships and relationships. So Saturn is asking you, though, to focus on relationships that truly align with your values, okay? Venus also rules values. So you may also feel drawn to refine your vision for the future, and that's what Saturn is doing for you here, okay? So prioritize meaningful connections over superficial ones. This is an excellent time to network with intention, Saturn, okay? That discipline, that structure, bringing that energy into this, or aligning your goals with causes close to your heart. So Saturn is asking you, how can you extend yourself via your network, via your community, okay? Gemini, Sun, and Rising. This alignment occurs in your 10th house of career, reputation, and public image. So Saturn is encouraging you to build a solid foundation for your career, while Venus adds creativity and charm to your professional life. This may be a time when you're recognized for your efforts or decide to commit to a long-term career path. Now, my advice is to focus on how you want to be perceived in the world, since the 10th house is your public image. This is a great time to make practical steps, Saturn, towards achieving your career goals while infusing them with creativity and passion, Venus. Cancer, Suns, and Risings. This conjunction is happening in your 9th house, the realm of travel, higher learning, and spiritual growth. So you may feel called to explore new philosophies or deepen your spiritual practice. Saturn is encouraging disciplined study or planning for a long-term goal, while Venus inspires you to seek beauty and meaning in your experiences, when you're traveling or when you're studying, okay? So my advice is to consider investing in education or travel that aligns with your spiritual or personal growth. This is a time to focus on expanding your horizons in a way that is both meaningful and practical. Leo, Sun, and Rising. This is happening in your 8th house of transformation, intimacy, and shared resources. So Saturn is asking you to set boundaries and financial or emotional partnerships, while Venus invites you to explore deeper connections with those you trust. This is a powerful time for healing, whether through therapy, introspection, or honest conversations. And my advice for you is to reflect on where you can bring balance and responsibility to your shared resources or intimate relationships. Be open to transformation, but stay grounded in the Pisces with that, or in the process with that Saturn energy. My Virgo, Suns, and Risings. This conjunction takes place in your 7th house of relationships and partnerships, and Saturn is bringing clarity and commitment to your relationships, while Venus adds harmony and a touch of romance. So you may feel ready to deepen a partnership or set healthy boundaries, Saturn, to create more balance. Now, my advice is to focus on cultivating partnerships that align with your values, Venus. Whether in love or business, this is a time to commit to relationships that feel stable and supportive. Just keeping in mind that relationships doesn't mean that it's just romantic relationships, it's friendships and also business relationships. Libra, Suns, and Risings. This conjunction occurs in your 6th house of daily routines, health, and service. So Saturn is encouraging you to create structure in your daily life, while Venus adds a touch of creativity and ease to your routines. You may find yourself balancing responsibilities with self-care or rethinking how to bring more joy into your work. My advice to you is focus on building habits that nourish your mind, body, and spirit. This is a great time to refine your daily schedule to create harmony between productivity and rest. Scorpio, Rising, and Sun. This alignment happens in your 5th house of creativity, romance, and self-expression. Saturn is helping you to take your creative projects or romantic relationships more seriously, while Venus brings inspiration and joy. This is a time to find a balance between discipline and playfulness in your creative or romantic endeavors. My advice is to take a creative idea and make it a reality with focused effort. And love, invest in relationships that feel aligned with your long-term vision. Sagittarius, Sun, and Rising. This conjunction lands in your 4th house of home, family, and emotional foundations. And Saturn is asking you to address responsibilities at home or strengthen your emotional foundation, while Venus encourages harmony in your living space or family dynamics. Now, you may feel called to redefine what security and comfort mean to you, because your home is where you should feel safe and secure, all right? Now, my advice is to create a peaceful and supportive environment, whether by redecorating Venus, your home, or nurturing relationships with family members. This is a great time to lay the groundwork, Saturn, for long-term emotional stability. Capricorn suns and risings. This conjunction occurs in your third house of communication, learning, and local connection. So Saturn is encouraging you to take a disciplined approach to communication or learning, while Venus adds charm and creativity to your interactions. This is a great time to focus on improving your skills, strengthening relationships with siblings or neighbors, or tackling a writing or speaking project. So my advice is to speak from the heart, but speak with purpose. Consider committing to a course, writing a project, or meaningful conversations that bring clarity and connection. My Aquarius suns and risings, this alignment is happening in your second house of money, values, and self-worth. So Saturn is bringing a sense of responsibility to your financial life, encouraging budgeting or strategic planning, while Venus is inviting you to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You may find yourself rethinking your relationship with money and how it aligns with your values. So it's a balance of, hey, I have this plan for my money, but I also need to enjoy life, Venus, okay? So Saturn, the plan, and then Venus also bringing that balance of enjoyment, okay? My advice is just to continue focusing on building a solid financial foundation, without losing sight of what brings you joy. Right, again, so invest in things that align with your long-term goals and your personal values. And last but certainly not least, Pisces, sun and rising. This conjunction takes place in your first house of self, identity, and personal goals. So Saturn is encouraging self-discipline and responsibility, while Venus softens your approach, and she's adding some grace and some charm to how you present yourself. This is a time for self-reflection and for aligning with your personal goals and your authentic self. So this is about finding out who you really are, okay? And the advice is to take stock of who you are becoming and where you want to go. Focus on self-care and self-expression, and take practical steps to embody the version of yourself you aspire to be. So writing down who you want to be and like what you want to be like, what you even want to look like, your personal appearance, all right?